I think we also have a few great stories, which is quite new to Germany, about individual markets, right? We have a Frankfurt story, which is great. A lot of those skyscrapers that you see around here have been sold for great prices. The Brexit obviously helps our city here, and a lot of owners of properties with a lot of vacancy, which has been quite worrisome over the last few years. They are now the smart guys, been sitting on their assets for 10 years, and now they're just waiting to fill their assets up from all the banks that come over from the UK. Submarkets, I mean, we are specialized in submarkets, have been great. You look at markets like Mertonviertel, Niederrad, for example, right? If we talked to investors in the UK about Niederrad a few years back, they would have all turned around and said, come on, forget about it. It's going to be a resi play in a few years, and all those houses are going to be flattened. And now, 3 years on, every asset in Germany or in Niederrad has been sold over the last few years and has been turned around for a second time. And when you talk to investors now, they say, why don't we invest in Niederrad or in Eschborn or in the Mertonviertel? In Niederrad, you go to the train station, in 5 minutes you're at the main train station, and if you go the other direction, in 5 minutes you're at the Frankfurt airport. I mean, that's pretty great, right? And so it must be a good play. And then there's a play like Berlin is the other story, right? 10 years ago, Berlin, nobody wanted to invest in Berlin really, or only if it's kind of cheap, right? And I mean, everybody that hasn't invested in Berlin over the last few years kind of deep down thinks how we've been all a bit stupid, right? I mean, if we invested 3-4 years ago, bought anything there, we would have been rich by now, right? And if I do my rounds in London and ask people, where do you want to invest in Germany? It's always, yeah, we like the retail story. Germany is a strong economy, it's great. Occupier markets, office, great. We buy office, logistics. Germany is in the heart of Europe. We buy office, and we want to buy Berlin. Whatever you have in Berlin, if we have an empty plot at the fringe of town, we're going to build a great campus there and put a few fintech companies into it, and it will be a great play. So there are great stories, so we're all pretty excited about what has been happening in Germany. Obviously, we feel a bit jealous of those that have assets in Germany right now. We feel a bit sorry for those that want to buy assets in Germany right now, because it has become quite expensive. You also have a lot of international investors that came into Germany that probably didn't come into the market in the last cycle. We have Asian investors that come to Germany that in the past just landed at Heathrow Airport and said, that's pretty good for Europe, so we kind of stay here and don't go across the canal. Now that London is not part of Europe anymore, they say, let's move on and go to Germany, France, etc. So it's been quite exciting, but still, anticipation for 2018 is to a degree there. Nobody knows what's going to happen, and yeah, we probably don't want to focus about when is the cliff coming, right? So whether it's going to happen in April, in June, or in December next year, but we rather want to focus today maybe on insights. Where can you still invest in Germany, and what kind of are the strategies on the lending side and the investment side to go through, well, the tougher parts of the market right now where prices are quite tight. So